Flawless victory.
Welcome back to the channel. Just as the title says, I'm gonna give you guys my honest opinion about Eminem and cancel culture, and what I think about Eminem, and if he's just a guest or if he's more than a guest in hip hop. I personally think he is more than just a guest. He has had a great influence on many people, and his music had a great influence. Now, Tekashi 69, Little Pump, and all these other artists that make music that don't have no meaning behind it. Now, they're not a guest. They don't even belong in hip hop. Eminem has proven that he is more than just a guest. Even his most recent albums, he admitted that he was making music in order to get a Grammy and in order to get noticed. His last three albums have not been on the radio. DJ Premier even made a music with him, and DJ Premier and Guru Gangstar is one of my most favorite groups, my most favorite artist. Actually, they're the ones that I listen to the most because DJ Premier and Gangstar, Guru, they most of their music had an impact on me. But I'm gonna say a couple of my favorite songs of Eminem, which was Rock Bottom, Till I Collapse, Guilty Conscience, Stan, Darkness, Nat, and If I Had. Now, Eminem has made music that has had a great impact, not just on people, but on a society, on a whole culture, on how other people think. Now, I think Eminem has been more than straightforward when he makes music. He is honest. And that is what real hip hop was really meant to be, was to express yourself and express what you're going through. Now, Eminem might have not have gone through some situations other people have gone through, but I don't think just African Americans have lived in the projects. I was born and raised in North Hollywood, and I've lived in really, really bad areas. So I don't think we can say that. Hip hop originated from the Bronx, and we know that for a fact. We know DJ Kool Herc was one of the first ones to start rapping, but the people that actually originated hip hop were African Americans, Latino Americans, and Caribbean Americans. Now, yeah, my skin color is white, and I am mixed with white, but I was raised by my mom, so I'm more Hispanic than white because my mom raised me. So I'm from Guatemala. You could call me a Chapin. Right now, this is about to get a lot deeper, and I recommend, if you guys don't like my opinion or what I have to say, you guys click off right now. You guys could watch Tekashi 69, Little Pump, or Little Yachty, or The Baby. I don't know. This is about real hip hop, and I'm gonna make a couple real deep points, and I hope you guys stick with me. And those that like this video, please stay tuned because you're gonna want to stay to the end. Now, I'm gonna start off with a quote from Bill Guy, the science guy. I used to watch him as a little kid, and this is one of my favorite quotes from him. Along with the evidence of common sense, researchers have proven scientifically that humans are all of one people, the color of ancestry skin. And ultimately, my skin and your skin is a consequence of ultraviolet light, of latitude and climate, despite a recent sad conflict here in the US. There really is no such thing as race. We are one species, each of us much more alike than different. We all come from Africa. So, Bill Guy, the science guy, is someone I really like and enjoy watching. And when you look at the research and all this and the studies, it's clearly proven fact that we're all one species. We're all humans. So it's really sad how things has become here in the United States, because there's so much racism, and it's being a lot more noticed now than ever. Thanks for the cell phones, and thanks for internet. Thank you for YouTube and all this social media. We're able to show everything that's going on. But right now I'm gonna speak a couple facts. As one of the main facts I want to mention is, did you guys know that Garrett Morgan is the one that created the stoplight and also the gas mask? Now, the street light and the gas mask is everywhere worldwide. You could find the street light in England, you could find it in Japan, China, here in the United States, I don't know, in Mexico and all that, I'm not too sure. But when this guy created this, he created it with good intentions and he saved people. And he was not noticed or mentioned because at that time there was so much racism here in the United States that he never got to be praised for being a hero and for saving people's lives. But can I say he's the one that created the traffic stop that's causing all this stuff going on and it's going bad? Police abuse the stoplight now. They use it for an excuse to pull people over and abuse their power, and to ultimately people get killed just for getting pulled over for crossing the red light. It's ridiculous, it's crazy, it's absurd. But Garrett Morgan, when he created this, he had it for good intentions and he saved people. But no one knows him, no one mentions him. Now, if we did not have the internet, we wouldn't be able to do this research that we're able to do now and know who created what and who did what. Who should we thank for creating the internet? Actually, we should thank Dr. Phillip. I can't say his last name, but he is the one that actually created the internet. He's the main founder of creating internet. Now, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be right here on YouTube. We wouldn't have Netflix. We wouldn't have a lot of these social media. You guys playing online Fortnite. If it wasn't for this guy, we wouldn't have it. But no one mentions him. But that's really sad that no one mentions him, and their accomplishments are underappreciated. And the reason that is the people that are in control, which is the politics. I'm neither for Biden nor am I for Trump. Honestly, I don't go for either one because I believe both of them are liars, and they're just, how can you say it? They're just they're our distraction in order to deceive us from the truth. They're not really in charge. Biden nor Trump are really just puppets, and they're just being used in order for the real agenda to be made. And that's the honest truth. All this freaking fighting and politics stuff is all fake. I don't pay attention to it. Honestly, I don't have no social media. My main thing that I use is YouTube. I'm done with all this other stuff because it's nothing but drama and BS. And you guys, thank you for staying on this long. Now let's talk about Jesse. Jesse created the cell phone. Now a lot of us have iPhones, we have Androids, and we have all these different type of phones, the Galaxy. But Jesse, I can't say his full name, but you guys can see it. He's actually the one that created the cell phone. All of us have cell phones now. My kids have cell phones. When I was in school, I remember when the first Nokias came out. But now everyone has a cell phone. They have Androids, they have all these apps. They're able to play Fortnite and play all these different games. I used to play the little snake game, eating the little bugs back in the day. But we should give thanks to this guy. But again, he's unnoticed, underappreciated because of the people in the United States and everything that was going on here back in the days. Now, for those who really know me, they know I'm mixed with different races. And my stepdad, he was a World War II vet. He was also a Jew. And there's another video you guys could, I'm gonna leave it in the end, and you guys can click on that video so you guys can know how I was raised. My stepdad was a Jew in World War II, so I very much know how all this stuff is. It's messed up that these people are underappreciated and unnoticed, and they should be noticed and recognized. And this is why I'm saying Eminem is not the one who created hip hop, nor is he the best, because I don't think he's the best. He's not the best. I think KRS-One, I think J. Rue the Damager, I believe Vinnie Paz, I believe a lot of other artists should be appreciated more, and they're under noticed because they're not put out there because of the stuff they say, and which is truth and speaking facts. Thankfully, Eminem's last 3 albums, he's not going with the agenda. I believe some of his albums were commercial, and he's admitted it to his last few albums that he was doing it to get a Grammy and to please when you go on a record label, or when you want to be on the radio, or you want to be anything like that, they make you sign contracts and all this, and they make you say certain things like that. You think about it, everyone's talking Maseratis, Lamborghinis, they're promoting all these expensive cars so we could want something. Honestly, I'm never, even if I were to get rich, I don't need a Lamborghini to be happy. I don't need that. I just need a decent home. It doesn't have to be a freaking mansion, and that's it. As long as I have a shelter over my head and I have food, I'm happy, dude. And I think this is what KRS-One is talking about on the song Knock 'Em Out. Is all this TV, all this news, which is super fake, you guys be paying attention to, and they're only showing you what they want you to see. They're not showing you what's really happening and what's going on, because they want to keep you distracted. All this social media, everyone's stuck on Twitter, freaking Snapchat, freaking TikTok, and all these other apps. And you know what? They have you just memorized and stuck on the screen, because all you guys are doing is staying on these screens watching BS all day long. Now, let's get a little bit more into it right now, which this guy right here, I don't even know his name, but he's American Canadian, and he's actually the person that created the basketball. He actually created the game of basketball. But can I say Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, or Michael Jordan did not have an influence on basketball or in its culture? That would be a lie, because all of them, especially Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, he had a super big influence in basketball. But you know what? This American Canadian is the person that actually created this crazy and super entertaining game that we like to watch. And I mean, Kobe Bryant didn't just have an influence in basketball, but he had an influence on people because of who he was and what he did. So for us to say Kobe Bryant doesn't belong, or any other super athlete that has had an impact in basketball, everyone that steps and imprints and makes an impact, that's part of the culture, and we shouldn't go based on color. This whole color and racism thing it's absurd, and it should stop, because all we're doing is continuing the cycle, and that's why later on in the generations to come and the other generations, people are going to continue with the racism. Dude, no one is born racist. My kids, it's not how, it's what you teach that makes people become racist. I don't know if I'm explaining or if I'm making that point good, but my kids are born and they weren't thinking of color. They never thought of that. It's the people that influence you, the TV, the media, all this stuff on the news is what's influencing people and creating this division. Even when you go to county, dude, it's all about money. It's all about money. You buy a freaking top Roman, it's like $1 and $50 just for one. Out here at the 99, you could get 4 for $1. Freaking almost everything there is expensive, and there you have to decide what group you're in. They shouldn't make it like that, but they make it like that because they want to create division. They want to create that divide. But then, let's think about Bob Marley. Now, this is an amazing quote. If she's amazing, she won't be easy. If she's easy, she won't be amazing. If she's worth it, you won't give up. If you give up, you're not worthy. Truth is everybody is going to hurt you. You just gotta find the one worth suffering for. Man, Bob Marley has had a great impact on people. There's posters, there's shirts. Everyone is wearing it because of the impact he had. The same as Tupac and Biggie, it wasn't just the music that influenced people and that had an impact. It's who they were, what they were about, and the stuff they went through. And a lot of their songs, like, there's a lot more music to come. I want you guys to check me out on Spotify and look at my playlist, because I'm gonna be doing both hip hop and rock and a lot of the music that I like. Go to search up Hip Hop Legends. That's one of my playlists, and you guys can find me. I'll probably leave that stuff there later, but on my playlist you can see all the songs that have an impact on me, and that the ones I listen to on a daily basis, because the song could be old, it could be new, but if it has a meaning behind it or an impact, then I have it on my playlist. And I have hip hop, I have family jams, and I have a couple other jams. I'm gonna put that there so you guys could look and you guys could pick a song that you guys enjoy and like. I don't think hip hop should be based upon your color, your skin, if you're a guest or you're not. I think it's based upon if what you're speaking is truth, and if it's impacting other people's lives, that's causing them to have a realization, which KRS-One does, J. Rue the Damager does, Gangstar does. A lot of the real hip-hop artists are speaking about real problems. And I think everyone has their own perspective, because everyone has a different situation that they go through. So J. Rue the Damager is not going to sing the same stuff about Guru, nor is Immortal Technique as Necro, because they all have different, they all grew up differently, and they all have a different origin. So in the same way, Eminem is not a guest, because everything he had, his songs has had an impact, and he's been straightforward. He has spoken the truth, and he's not like 6ix9ine and all these other guys that are just speaking about cars and other stuff. Like, personally, Kid Cudi, I like the song he did with Eminem, but I did not like what he did on Saturday Night Live wearing a dress. I mean, I don't know. That's my own opinion. I think that was like the money sold him to do that. I'm not sure what caused him to do that. That was not even a comedy act. He was singing in that. It's a whole different thing if it was a skit, but it wasn't. And that's my own opinion. And that's where I say about these politics and how they sell people out, how they wanted Ice Cube to take the vaccine for a couple $1 million. I would have also said no. I don't agree with the vaccine. You guys could agree with it or disagree with it. I believe that we should be wearing masks, and we should have our gloves, and we should be using hand sanitizer. But I don't agree with the vaccine. I feel like, my personal opinion, there has been a lot of things that they keep changing. Johnson & Johnson was recalled, and it's back in the market. Now, do I believe they have enough research to say that everything that they're saying is actual factual? No, because they keep changing their answers. And that is actual fact. Now, I'm going to mention another one. Bruce Lee and Bruce Lee's 10 rules. You should be confident, take rest, be like water, express yourself, create your art, don't think, feel, exploit opportunity, commit fearlessly, have faith in yourself, demonstrate impressively. So Bruce Lee also he had an impact, not just on one culture or one type of people, but on many people. Bruce Lee, to this day, I believe was one of the greatest fighters and one of the most influential people in martial arts, as Ip Man is barely being noticed now, because a lot of that stuff was, how can you say it? It was not out there. Like Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was out there A lot of, if you think about it, a lot of the TV, if you other channels and other networks, we don't see the TV channels that Guatemala is showing. We don't see the TV channels that Europe is showing. So a lot of this stuff was suppressed to us because, again, yeah, for a very long time they were just showing white people, superheroes, Superman, all these people. Yeah, majority of them were white, but you can't blame Eminem for that. Eminem has nothing to do with politics or with this hidden agenda. The people in control of the United States. Yeah, you even saw Eminem talk crap about Trump. I mean, we could clearly see Eminem is not for any politics. I don't think he's for Biden either, but I'm not sure. I don't think he's said anything anymore because he got backlash for the stuff he said about Trump. But from my opinion, you could clearly see that he's not a big fan of Trump. But I'm not a fan for either one. I don't Biden, Trump. I don't care if freaking whoever's the next president. He's just a face. He's a nobody. He's nobody important. He's just a puppet being used. And this is my honest opinion. I'ma just leave this video raw and uncut. I'ma add a couple edits to it, but other than that, this is my opinion. Hopefully some of you guys agree with it. If you guys don't, that's fine, but don't leave no hate messages. If you guys want to leave a real comment and your real honest opinion, that's fine, but don't leave, oh, this video's whack, because you know what, that's a whack answer. Okay, so give an honest answer. If you want to leave an answer, leave an honest answer. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys on the next video.